Hi there, friends. James Andrew Chapman. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to follow up on a video I posted a few weeks ago entitled The Secret of Achievement. At the time I had my one-year-old son on my lap and he happened to turn the camera off right before I got into the meat of the message. So I definitely wanted to follow up and get this posted so you could benefit from it. Now, in the industry I'm in, which is the internet marketing industry, I found that a lot of people just getting started find themselves overwhelmed, and there's a lot to learn initially when you get started, but once you cross a certain threshold, it starts taking on a momentum of itself. But in those early days, those first few weeks and months, while you're learning all the various moving parts, it's easy to get frustrated and sidetracked and lose your focus. So I found some pieces in this book, and more of it in part 3, but today I want to start with just the basics that really can be applied to whatever you do, and I thought you could benefit from it, so I wanted to go and share it with you now. This book, The Secret of Achievement, my grandfather wrote and published this back in 1965, before I was born. He was a successful author, an entrepreneur, and public speaker, and inventor, and he was very successful. He took these basic universal truths and he applied them in his own life. And he was always very successful with them. He had 2 Cadillacs in his garage at all times. He had a private plane that he flew. He had a swimming pool in his backyard with a bubble over it in the wintertime. And I remember how cool I thought it was when I was a little kid to be able to walk through the snow and go for a swim in the warm, heated pool in the wintertime. I just thought that was the coolest thing. So obviously he did very well for himself and his family, applying these basic principles. Now, this book is in the same genre as Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend getting out there and picking that up and reading it thoroughly and applying the concepts in that book. Also, the international bestseller today that's out there is The Secret. Now, these are all kind of pointing to some universal truths that, truth is always true no matter how it's stated. It comes in many different packages, so you just have to find the message that really resonates with you. And so I'm going to share with you just a couple of paragraphs that I think will be helpful to you no matter what you're doing or what industry you're looking into. It's just if you want to achieve, this is where you start. So here we go. If we are to learn the secret of achievement, we must eliminate all thoughts of jealousy, hatred, and revenge that may rankle in us, and cultivate that peace of mind and serenity of soul which is characteristic of the really great. Now, 2 words I want to really point out here: eliminate negative thought patterns and cultivate serenity of soul and peace of mind. So really, that's, if we have negative thought patterns, tendencies of criticism or frustration or irritation or anger, if we're cynical and are always trying to find the flaws and everything, that's not going to get us where we want to go. And if you hang out with people like that, that's a huge, we're all sponges and we pick up the characteristics of those we associate with. So if you want to be wealthy and if you want to be successful, hang out with the wealthy and successful. You're going to absorb those characteristics and eventually get your thought and mindset into that same pattern. So that's number 1. Eliminate the negative thought patterns and cultivate serenity of soul and peace of mind. So how do we do that? Let's move on. The whole philosophy of efficiency and happiness consists in the vigorous, constant affirmation of the thing we are trying to be and trying to do. So let me say that again. The vigorous, constant affirmation of the thing we are trying to be and trying to do. Now, what that means is you need to have a mission, that's who you're trying to be, and you need to have goals and a plan. That's what you're trying to do. And you need to review these every night before you go to bed and every morning when you wake up, and do it with feeling and passion and visualization, and it will make a tremendous difference in your life. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip on how to come up with your mission. If you're not sure of what that is and really what you want to stand for, take out a piece of paper and do a brainstorm. A brainstorm is just a free flow of thought. You don't edit yourself. You just write as much as you can, as quickly as you can, and set a time frame, maybe 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I think 3 minutes is a good time frame because it's long enough to really get some good ideas down. But if you find yourself on a roll, if the timer goes off, keep going. So you set your timer, you start writing. Write descriptive ideas of yourself, descriptive words of yourself. What your passions are, what you'd like to do, what you'd like to be, what excites you, what gets you motivated, and just go and let it roll and just flow with it. So do that for about 3 minutes, and then you take that piece of paper when you're done, and you can pull from it a picture of yourself, of who you would like to be. Don't think about what your problems are, the obstacles that you have now. Think about if you had no obstacles at all, what would you do, what would you be? And that helps you to put that picture together to develop your mission. And then for goals, you pick out your goals, and there's a great goal setting and action plan available in Think and Grow Rich. I think it's on page 22 of Think and Grow Rich. 22, a 6-step process, which is just phenomenal, that can help you set some goals and put together a plan to attain them. So that's what I had for you tonight. Get started on those 2 pieces, or actually 3 pieces, eliminating negative thought patterns and associations in your life, and then finding your mission, who you are, and what you are to be, and then your goals, which is what you're going to do, and the plan to get you there. And then we'll see you on part 3, which I'm going to get into some examples. All right, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you.